Are you fun and ready for a dream vacation? Immerse yourself in the historic romance of Venice or capture the sun-soaked paradise of Santorini. TravelFun.Biz makes it all attainable for less than you'd expect. Our U.S.-based trusted team of travel concierge are complimentary and take care of every detail. Work hard, play harder. Choose casual luxury. Choose TravelFun.Biz to book all of your travel. A family-owned and operated agency. Your fun is our biz. Text us for a quote on your dream vacation today.
In the UK, award-winning brand, as Shelby mentioned earlier, 16 years of river cruising there, and now we're bringing promotion and sales of our 13 five-star ships to the US. So we're super excited about all that's happening right now. But why Riviera? First of all, we're the only, just to reiterate, we're the only company to offer exclusive sailings with no single supplement across all categories. Now, when I say no single supplement, I mean no 200% single supplement. There's a nominal 25%, I think, increase or bump for singles. For single stateroom occupancy. Immersive itineraries that are created by experts. We have over 40 itineraries on 10 rivers in Europe, 13 ships. Happiness guaranteed. If your clients sail with us and after the second or before the second day, they're not happy, we will refund their money and get them home. And in terms of the product that we offer, we are a high premium, high value brand, which is priced approximately 20% than other high-end products in the market, specifically AMA. So our strategy is to be priced 20% lower than AMA and 10% higher than Viking overall. That's just a general rule of thumb with our brand. Our long vessels have beautiful French balconies that are 183 square feet, 48 square feet larger than Viking, and our price includes everything. Meals, we have a superior drinks package that is available during specific times of day that is now included, daily tours and experiences, exceptional service, and an onboard concierge. Now, if you have clients that are sailing on board and they want to do something different, we don't have a shore excursion that addresses what they want to do, our concierge will set that up. And of course, we will charge whatever that costs, but we don't charge any kind of markup to do that for your clients on board. And we only market through you. We don't go direct to consumers. So of course, consumers are going to call us, but if they do, we're going to refer the business back to a travel advisor. World-class ships built and operated by Skila of Switzerland. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Skila also provides all the onboard for Tauk. So that'll give you an idea as to the caliber of the onboard service. And also, we have a fleet of yachts. So that is also available through our brand. And every time you hear the word yacht, you think, well, I have to charter the whole thing. No, you don't, not with us. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Yes, we're a river cruise line. And yes, and we have some yachts that you can offer to your clientele as well, which is very interesting and something that I don't think anyone else does. The happiness guarantee. Again, like I said earlier, we're confident that our vacationers, your clients, are going to be so happy that if they're not, and they tell us about it before the second day, we'll transfer them home and provide a complete refund. Now, in looking at a comparison chart here, we provide excursions. Now, thoughtful itinerary planning is what we're all about. So we know that when people visit some of these unique ports along the rivers of Europe, yes, they want to be on a guided tour, but they also want some time to themselves, right? So we will schedule the excursions to allow our guests to also explore the area. So we do the excursions in either the morning or afternoon, depending on the timing of the arrival and departure. But we also always give our guests some time to explore the city on their own. Meals, of course, are all included. Drinks, formerly, we included beer and wine with lunch and dinner daily. But now our superior drinks package is available open bar from 6 p.m. to midnight. We have open bar on board for our guests. And also next year, it's going to be available from 10 a.m. to midnight. So there's a great opportunity there, selling point there for your clients. Tips are not included because we feel that your client should be able to tip at their discretion. We have 4 solo staterooms on every departure with only a 25% supplement. We can arrange transfers for our guests. The smallest stateroom in our fleet is 161 square feet, and the size of the balcony is 183 square feet. Now, this is our fleet. We have 13 ships. On average, anywhere from 120 to 165 guests. You're going to find that on the Douro River, the ship is smaller because the Douro is a kind of a different geography. So let's go inside. After the ship, you have a casual dining area called the bistro. Something you rarely find on river cruises is, and I'm going clockwise here, on river cruises is a pool, a small pool. Of course, we have a massage and a nail salon, a fitness room, and my right side of my screen is blocked by the images. So let me go back. Sorry. Full-on restaurant on board, elevators, deluxe balcony suites, and French balcony cabins throughout, except for the lower decks. Single supplement free cabins, but for the 25%. And we started with the bistro that I discussed earlier. Let's continue right along here.
The bikes on board are also amazing. You have bikes available on board. I saw that.
Oh, we do have bikes available on all of our vessels.
That's amazing.
And then here's the interior. So you can see that the design is luxurious. I would say stunning. And this is looking down into the atrium. This is a lobby and reception area. Again, beautiful marble. Again, lobby and reception again with gift shop. And here are our staterooms. This is a lower deck stateroom, 172 square feet. Breakfast room service is included. Crabtree and Evelyn toiletries, Wi-Fi, of course, individually controlled air conditioning, hairdryer, safe, minibar, and coffee and tea making facilities. The only difference is there's a window up at the top of the stateroom. So it's a lower deck stateroom. And this is a typical French balcony cabin, 183 square feet. It includes everything the lower deck stateroom included, but floor to ceiling panoramic French balconies here. Superior suite, you're getting into a much larger size stateroom, 240 square feet, includes everything, and as well as the floor to ceiling panoramic French balcony. Excuse me. And then the deluxe balcony suite is 269 square feet, including everything from the lower deck plus additional space for seating. So the suite, of course, has much more spaciousness and a full-on balcony area with tables and chairs. Room service breakfast is available every day. And all staterooms include breakfast room service, luxury branded toiletries, Wi-Fi, air conditioning, hair dryer, safe, mini fridge, and coffee and tea making facilities. This is the panoramic lounge, which is at the front of the ship. So of course you can see from pretty much anywhere in this lounge, you have an absolutely beautiful view of the shoreline and of the river. Here are a few more images of the panoramic lounge. Of course, music is available here. The bar. And our superior drinks package, as I mentioned earlier, right now is included this year from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. and in 2025, 10 a.m. to midnight. I mean, 6 p.m. to midnight, and in 2025, 10 a.m. to midnight. This is the atrium, a different view from the opposite side. Dining room. Again, another view of the dining room. And this is the bistro. Again, you remember we saw it earlier on the deck plan, which is in the back of the ship. Casual dining here. Another perspective, looking straight out the back. And here's a sample menu. So if you want to look at or offer this as a sample to your clients, again, I'll make this presentation available in PowerPoint to Shelby afterwards. So you feel free to share this with your clients in your promotional activities as well. Fitness room, spa, and massage area, hair and nail salon. And here are the bikes that we talked about earlier. Who doesn't like to take a bike ride, especially in Europe? It's just absolutely beautiful. And they're bike paths along the rivers, and you can really dig deep and explore into the cities. Sun deck, here's the pool I was talking about earlier. These are hard to find on river cruise vessels. So we do have a small pool on board on the sun deck. Again, another perspective of the sun deck. Ample spaciousness up here as well. A forward-looking view of the sun deck with couches so people can just almost lie back and enjoy the scenery as we sail by. And we have 2 new ships coming. Riviera Radiance is coming out in 2025 with 168 passengers. She's going to be doing Budapest to the Black Sea, the Blue Danube with Vienna, Budapest, and Salzburg, as well as a solo cruise to the Blue Danube, Vienna, Budapest, and Salzburg. Christmas on the Danube, New Year's on the Danube, and Danube's imperial cities and Yuletide markets. And here are some schematics of the new ship. These are our largest suites ever. And I think you'll be hard pressed to find suites similar to this with competing cruise lines. Again, a split level lounge and restaurant here. So a little bit different design in the new ships that are coming out. You remember I showed you images of the restaurant earlier. And in 2025, Riviera Rose, 38 crew, 114 passengers. And this ship is going to be doing the Douro Valley and Salamanca. And remember, the ship size has to be a little bit smaller on the Douro River just because of the nature of that river. And here are some schematics of the ship. Again, suites. This is the split level lounge and restaurant. And this is where we go. Now, there's a lot here to take in. So as I mentioned earlier, 13 ships, 10 rivers in Europe. And as you look at this, if you're overwhelmed by everything that a river cruise line has to offer, I've always told clients or agents, and you don't know where to begin, just look in your own backyard, right? You be the guide, because all of your best clients are people you likely already know. So look in your own backyard to get started, see what you like, find what you're passionate about, and leverage that passion that you have for any specific itinerary or ship, and then use that to sell your enthusiasm about the sailing. Sail to the Danube. Of course, the Blue Danube is all about Mozart and music and culture. The Rhone River, beautiful scenery, French wines, and beautiful gorges and quaint towns. Dutch waterways, perfect for windmills, very, very colorful bulb fields. Now, something I would add about us, which is a unique competitive advantage, is that we really only go on the Rhine up to the Dutch waterways during bulb season. Because if you sail from Amsterdam south on a river cruise ship, it's about a day and a half of industry on either side of the ship. So we choose, other than during bulb season, to sail from Cologne. So you're going to find that we'll sail from Amsterdam during bulb season, but our primary port of departure, it would be Cologne. And of course, the Main River, beautiful green, lush fields and sightseeing along the way. The Douro right now is very, very popular. So if you're interested in booking the Douro, I would recommend doing it very, very soon. The Rhine, of course, we had talked about earlier with a visit to the Black Forest. The Moselle, wine, 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 right? You've got beautiful, lush, rolling hillsides and wineries. And then, of course, the Seine. And our Seine cruises from Paris, we also offer a visit to Normandy. So if you have anyone who's interested in visiting Normandy, that would be the cruise for them. The Dutch waterways on the Delta of the Rhine and the Maas, of course. These are, I'm just trying to give you some of the imagery here when we are in Holland for the bulb festivals. The Rhine, of course, the old beautiful buildings, and the variety of sailings that we have with Rhine and Moselle, Rhine, Strasbourg, and Heidelberg, Rhine cruise to Switzerland, the Moselle, Luxembourg, and majestic Rhine, and the Moselle we talked about earlier, stunningly beautiful. The Main River, again, beautiful villages, quaint towns and timber homes, just like Shelby mentioned earlier. The Main-Danube Canal is something that is a feat of German engineering that most people would be very, very interested to see. The Danube, of course, the Blue Danube is one of our most popular sailings. The Rhone, Provence, and the vineyards, same thing, just absolutely beautiful. And again, Burgundy on the Saône River with hills and medieval villages. And as I mentioned earlier, the Douro is very, very, very popular. So we have the Douro, Porto, and Salamanca for 8 days, and highlights of the Douro Valley and Salamanca for 8 days as well. And now I'm just going to give you some of our sample itineraries. This is Bruges, Flanders, Amsterdam, and the Dutch bulb fields. Remember, we talked about the bulb fields earlier. If you haven't experienced them, it is absolutely gorgeous. And again, you arrive and depart from Cologne. Well, no, I'm sorry, you depart from Amsterdam because of the bulb fields. And here's the itinerary. The Rhine cruise to Switzerland offers an opportunity to sail in 8 days from Cologne to Koblenz, through the Rhine Gorge, Speyer, Strasbourg, Lucerne, and then returning home from Cologne, I believe. No, I'm sorry, Basel. My mistake. The Blue Danube, as I mentioned earlier, what could be more beautiful than Vienna, Budapest, and Salzburg all in one trip? Again, all summer long and into the fall. Budapest, Bratislava, Dürstein with the Melk Abbey, Salzburg, Vienna, Budapest, and then home from Budapest. And we overnight in Budapest. And here's the itinerary. And Budapest to the Black Sea. And here you have the beautiful iron gates, which are very, very popular. See the big carving in the side of the hillside off to the left. 15 days. And here's the itinerary. 8 days, Burgundy, the River Rhone, and Provence. Lyon to Avignon, and then home. Itineraries. And then Douro, Porto, and Salamanca. And as I mentioned earlier, this is very, very popular right now. So if you have clients who are interested, this might be something to offer them. Itinerary. And then Christmas markets are the most popular thing out there. We do, of course, have a variety of Christmas market cruises available, festive cruises on the Danube and on the Rhine. Rhine and the Yuletide markets, 5 days for a Christmas markets cruise in December. Cologne round trip. The Danube Imperial Cities and Yuletide markets, 5 days, of course, in December. Round trip Budapest, and again, overnight in Budapest. And the yachts. So our yacht cruises are specifically sailing in the Adriatic to Croatia with fascinating itineraries. Of course, Wi-Fi, all the inclusions that you would expect, and breakfast each morning. Now with the yachts, we may or may not include lunch and dinner on the yacht cruises because of the nature of the experience. So just keep that in mind. A lot of people just leave and go and explore and then come back on board. So here is an example of one of the yacht itineraries, all summer long into October, round trip Split to Dubrovnik, overnight in Dubrovnik, Lombardo, and then Split, and then home. So if you have clients who are interested in a yacht but don't want to charter one, this is the opportunity to do it. And look at these prices, from $27.99 per person. Split in the Treasures of the North, again on the Stella Maris, sailing from Split, going up the coast and returning home from Venice. That is a stunning itinerary, and again with an overnight in Venice in 10 days. And we have a series of extensions. So if your clients are interested in doing some land on either end of their cruise, we have a variety of tour extensions that are also available for them. And combination cruises. So you can not only take the individual cruises that I mentioned earlier, but also back to back, making 15, 18, and even 29-day experiences for your customers. And then here's what's new in 2025. Themed cruises. I'm going to talk a little bit about the themed cruises just next. Combination cruises we talked about, solo festive cruises, and we do have a variety of cruises just for solo customers. So there's a great opportunity here. No one has it, but I sense that others in the market are going to start copying us. New ships coming in, Riviera Radiance and Riviera Rose. And my whole right screen is blocked. What's with the last box?
At least 2 included daily tours.
Yes, at least 2 included daily tours in 2025. So 2026, if you book your 2026 sailing between now and December 15th, we're offering 50% off for 2026. That is a huge opportunity. And the thing about Riviera River Cruises, now mind you, I come from the large ship ocean cruising side of the business, but with Riviera, most all of the offers are combinable. So in many other areas of our industry, like in airlines, tours, everything else, the offers are not combinable. With us, they are. So just keep that in mind, that you have not only great pricing, but also combinability pretty much across the board. And as I mentioned earlier, our all-inclusive drinks package will be extended from 10 a.m. to midnight as opposed to 6 p.m. to midnight. So fantastic value, 5-star ships, spacious cabins with windows, daily excursions and visits, full board dining, all-inclusive drinks package, Riviera Cruise Director on board, who is your concierge as well, evening entertainment, and free Wi-Fi. Here's our new ship, the Riviera Resplendent, sailing in 2026. And 5 new themed river cruises for 2026 going on sale now, starting from $27.49. Tour extensions for 2026 are now on sale. I mentioned those earlier. And again, the 7 nights were $3,999, now $1,999, 10 plus nights, $3,799. And here are some of the theme cruises that we offer. Where else but in France would you offer an 8-day gastronomy experience? So this is one of the themes that we offer. And again, Paris, Chateau Gaillard, Rouen, the Normandy beaches, which is a huge draw, Honfleur, Giverny, a busy castle, Paris, and then overnight and return home. Gardens of the Rhine. Beautiful, beautiful gardens throughout Europe. So it's not just Versailles. And you can take advantage of these theme cruises as well that focus specifically on excursions to the gardens of the Rhine. Cologne, through the Rhine Gorge to Bonn, and then returning home for there, visiting Koblenz, Beauport, Heidelberg Castle, Strasbourg, Rudesheim, the Rhine Gorge, as I mentioned earlier, and then return home from Bonn. Art and music of the Danube. Of course, you think Danube and you think Mozart. So 8 days from $31.99. And included here, Budapest round trip with an overnight in Budapest on the end, visiting all the classical music destinations that you would want to see, and with a piano recital, visit to Vienna, and the Stadtpark in Vienna is absolutely stunning. And another brand new ship, Riviera Resplendent, is coming out in April of 2026. 87 cabins, 168 guests, 3 restaurants, and environmentally, this ship qualifies for the gold standard on the Green Awards. And the staterooms, as I mentioned, are 30. We have 32-meter sized square meter suites on this ship. And we talked about the inclusive drinks package. All-inclusive drinks really for 2026 from 10 a.m. to midnight. Now, our groups policy, I think you're going to find, is the best in the river industry. So you're used to hearing, when it comes to a group, 8 cabins is a group. Well, with us, 8 people is a group. So you really only need 4 staterooms for a group with Riviera River Cruises, up to a maximum of 4 free beds. So if you have 4 cabins, the 8th bed in those 4 cabins is free. So this grid shows you how it tiers up depending on the number of guests that you have on board. This is a really, really great group policy. And again, as I mentioned earlier, the best in the river cruise market. If you book a group, I mentioned earlier, 1 for 7 TCs. The key thing to remember with us is, I think you may be used to hearing people require deposits within 7 days of booking your group. We give you 8 weeks to pay the deposit. So once you block group space, we're actually giving you time to promote, which is something travel advisors really, really need and I think value. So you can block space with us safely. We're not taking and giving you imaginary space, right? We are actually taking the space out of our inventory when you book a group with us. So keep that in mind. So often companies will say, oh, you have a block of these staterooms, and these staterooms without having specific space. With us, you have the space. Well, of course, we also do full ship charters and yacht cruises as well. Fully customizable marketing materials too. Daily excursions are included in the price. Again, morning or afternoon, as I mentioned earlier, so your clients will have free time to explore. And you don't need to pre-book the excursions. You just jump on board. So it's very, very casual, easy to take advantage of. We have very passionate local guides, and the guests go off in smaller groups. And all the guides speak wonderful English with headsets provided. So you don't have to follow the guide around and like hover over them because you have a remote headset that you can listen to on board. Our travel advisor portal is available now. So make sure to go and register for the travel advisor portal at rivierarivercruises.com/agency. On individual bookings, you can hold an option for 5 business days. And we also have a trip planner. So when you book space on our portal, the booking tool is going to give you a pre-populated trip planner, which is essentially a flyer telling your clients everything they need to know about the trip that they have just booked. So make sure to register at our agent portal and take advantage of that amazing tool. Excursions are included in every port. Those are the headsets that you can use to hear what the tour guide is talking about, and also 2 choices of tours in every port. Now, our concierge, as I mentioned, is also a tour manager on board. The services of the concierge are included. So we will do pretty much anything your client's heart desires, and the only thing that we will charge is our incremental cost. We don't mark it up. So you've got this great opportunity there to really explore Europe at your client's beck and call with experts on board. New solo cabins and solo only cruises. And we do have, this is a sample of one of our solo cabins. Every one of our ships has a solo stateroom on board. And we just added a new solo itinerary for 2026, medieval Germany, our first solo cruise on the George Eliot. And we now have 12 different itinerary choices for solo travelers. So that is very unique to us. And again, the whole ship is just for solo travelers. And this is the whole list. Every one of the itineraries with all the sailing dates that you see right here are exclusively solo departures. So look at the variety that we offer here. And all the suites and cabins on these solo cruises, because they're all solo, of course, don't have a single supplement. So this is an opportunity here that I said earlier, I think others may copy, but right now is pretty much exclusive to Riviera River Cruises. And again, over 55 options for solos and on river and yacht in 25 and 26. Our autumn sales event, we have a booking offer out there right now. It excludes lower deck staterooms for your clients for 2025 sailings, $500 savings per stateroom for 7 nights, $1,000 savings per stateroom on cruises of 10 nights or more. We mentioned the early booking offer earlier for 2026, which is 2 for 1 per stateroom on all 2026 sailings, but you've got to book it before December 15th. And I shouldn't be talking about this yet, watch for our Black Friday offer, which is going to be coming very, very soon. And for you, before I get into this whole thing about what else we should do after this, I am going to give anyone on this call who books and deposits a Riviera River Cruise between now and December 15th, 2024, a $100 gift card. Okay, so book and deposit between now and December 15th, 2024, and we will send you a $100 gift card. So you have to register as a travel advisor at rivierarivercruises.com/agency. Again, watch your inbox. I'm going to send, I don't have all of your email addresses, but I will send a copy of this presentation over to Shelby to share with you. And then sit down with one of our brochures or on the website and start familiarizing yourself with our itineraries and the travel advisor portal. And when you do this, don't be overwhelmed, be passionate. Find the cruise that best fits you, the one that you want to take, and then, start looking in your own backyard, because that's where you're going to find your groups. By virtue of being human, we're already members of groups. Your group business is already there. And if you're looking to build new group business and you don't know where to begin, sit down with your friends, sit down with people that you know and say, hey, where would you like to go? I'm looking at some river cruises. This is what I would like to do. And would you like to join me? And you can choose your favorite itinerary and block your group space. We'll guarantee your group space as part of the block with no deposits for 8 weeks. So you have time to promote. To reach out to us, contact our reservations number at 888-838-8820. For sales and marketing support, I'm your guide. You can email me at clark.reber@rivierarivercruises.com or just call me at 786-520-1420. I'm here for you. So those are our next steps. And here's Riviera River Cruises.
I feel like we should start singing just a little bit. Love it. That's the castles on the Rhine. It really, it's so magnificent. We all know Venice. Petty. And the service is just so nice. It's very, I keep calling it civilized, but that's just how I felt like when I went on my first river cruise. It's just, it's relaxed, but everyone's paying attention. The food's amazing. They try to do local food as well. The chefs, they know what they're doing. We could eat in port, of course, every night, but we kept coming back to the ship. And that's not usually my style. I usually like to eat in the ports.
So thank you so much for your time today. I know we went over a little bit, and I'm sorry if I talked a bit too much, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
I have a couple questions.
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay. So one question is, do you do like sometimes if I'll book a cruise, say like way in advance, and then the price drops, do you do like price, I forget the name of it, but
Price protection.
or yeah, or just like repricing. So for example, I booked my honeymoon on Black Friday because I thought it was like this fabulous deal. But as it got closer, the price dropped by almost 50%. And so I was able to go and reprice through the cruise line. Is that something that you guys offer?
We would take it on a case by case basis. The best way to do it would be just to cancel and rebook if you're outside of penalty. But within
Okay.
penalty, you would need to reach out, and we would do everything in our power to price protect. But generally speaking, the best way to manage that would be just to cancel and rebook. Um,
Okay.
to
So is pen outside of penalty, is that um once you get to fi prior to final payment, or
well, yes, and our final payment's 101 days prior to departure.
okay,
Okay, so just keep that in mind. So you do have a fairly long window for the final payment.
right. And then my other question is, do you have material that you can provide us with in terms of like posting on social media or, that type of stuff?
The Travel Advisor portal has everything you need. So if you go there,
Okay.
you're going to find all sorts of marketing materials to use in your promotion. I don't think we yet have social media posts, but I'm pushing the company to do that. So you can
Okay.
just
Yeah.
cut and paste and put it right on Facebook, and then you'll be set. Yeah,
Right.
I did that at NCL.
You can use, he's gonna send us his PDFs too. Like I was just looking at some of the PDFs, like I will definitely snip some of the PDFs. But I have a question about the agent portal, because it's agencies, we are registered, but it's my understanding you don't have a travel agent like portal underneath it. So do I just give the logins for our agency? Okay.
Yeah, anyone can use the login for your agency. Yes.
Okay, so I will send that out to everybody. There's not you can hold a cabin, but I'll tell you every time I've worked Riviera, I just call them because they answer the phone and they know what they're doing. But you can't really book it. Like you can hold it, but there's things that you can't do. Like you can't either pay the full payment or pay the deposit. I can't remember the restrictions, but you're going to end up having a call at some point. But it's a great resource to get a quote. It's a great resource to get like the download if you have a cruise that you want them to do. They have the whole PDF that will download and you can send that to a client. But it's for booking, you still got to get on the phone, but they're fabulous. They don't make you wait. They know what they're doing. And I think you glossed over this, but it's a really important point. They do not take direct bookings. So you're never worried about them going directly back to them, and they don't take direct bookings. They will ask you where you found out, and they will actually give it to whatever travel agent is, even if there's someone that just possibly found them on their own, they will give it to another travel agent. So that's insane. Like, we don't have any other company that does that. And that's one of the reasons why, even though this is not a preferred supplier with Nest, I can't not promote them, because they do so much for travel agents. And they pay good commissions. What is the commission split? I don't even remember. Do you know, Clark?
15.
15, yeah, 15%. So it's all good. And they're a small enough company in the sense of, like, they don't have excess people working for them. They're not a small company, but they're very like close knit. So, like, Clark will know exactly what to do, and there's not that many fingers in the pot, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, you need something done, if you need something price checked, Amy, like, I can't say that they would price protect, but I would be shocked if they didn't, if there was some big discrepancy, because the kind of the way they work is just like, you're going to get the same person on the phone quite a few times. Like, this is not a massive, like, you're a number company.
And Shelby, I would add that, our prices aren't as volatile,
Right.
as in, like ocean cruising, for example. It's just like an airline. It changes every
Yeah.
minute. But with us, it's much more static. The pricing is much more static.
Okay.
So I'm sure there's other questions. Who else? Go ahead, Kim.
I have a question. So you talked about those like yacht cruises, like in Croatia and things. How many
Mhm.
people are on those?
35, I think, is an average for the yachts. So, and they're not like the big, there are yacht cruise lines that advertise and market nationally. These are true yachts. If you go to, Fort Lauderdale and drive around by the beach, by Bahia Mar, you're going to see yachts, right? That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So you've got an opportunity to share that experience with your clients.
Yeah, that's a big thing right now. A lot of
It
people,
really
especially
is.
in Croatia. Yeah.
I had forgotten about that, to be honest with you. I had forgotten you did the yachts, and I was really glad you brought it up. I just put the link in the chat, but I mean, I don't know all the prices, but just looking on their first one, it's like 8 days from a Croatian one North yacht cruise for 2,500 per person in a yacht. They have three, right? You have three yachts.
We have more like six.
You have six? Oh,
Yeah, well, but it depends on the time of year. But like, across the 2 year range, in our brochure there are six yachts.
and there's a sailing one too. Interesting. Wow. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's amazing. And so I'm all about it too. I think we should, this is definitely something I think we could all work on together as well. Who else has some questions for Clark before we pop off? Nothing?
But don't forget the offer.
Well, so it was $100. Remind us, it was $100 gift card if we book and deposit any 2020.
Any Riviera River Cruises group, if you book and deposit it before now and December 15th, 2024. And I'll put that in writing to you, Shelby,
Okay.
after our call.
So it has to be a group, you're saying, not just a.
Yeah, oh yes, it's a
Okay.
group, not an individual booking.
Okay, so a group of like 8 you're talking, or like, does it have to be?
It's 4 cabins,
4 cabins?
and the eighth bed is free.
Right, the berth, got it. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, any other questions, guys? No? Okay, well,
Oh,
Clark,
and
yeah, tell me.
just send me an email with the booking numbers, and I'll fulfill it on this end, okay, with the gift card.
Okay, that sounds great. I'll do that, and I will get their information. And now we have to just